Hello, Sagittarius, and welcome to my channel. So today we are going to see just what messages are coming in. Really speaking from your heart and trying to figure out like maybe, where you're going, what's around the horizon for you. And so what we're going to do is take a look at a lot of different oracle cards, and I got some like superhero cards and stuff, and some tarot. And I pulled some already. I haven't looked at them, but just to save time on shuffling, and then we'll get into the tarot and everything. So let's jump right into it. So the first card we're going to look at is the animal spirit card, and you have the crow. So Sagittarius, the crow is a symbol of, deep knowing. The crow is extremely spiritual and intuitive. The crow can see the past, the present, and the future. And this really is talking about like your third eye, your intuition. Knowing, so much and holding that knowledge, right there in the Italians, holding on to that knowledge. So, this may be a time in your life, sometimes this kind of comes out when you're in a time in your life where you're going through a transition. You're in between that past, present, and future. You're kind of seeing how the past is leading into your future. Very interesting energy. This can sometimes be a very draining energy too. So it's really important that when you get the crow spirit, that you are spending time with family and friends. It can be sometimes a kind of a sad, the crow is, black in color, kind of dark. It can sometimes be a dark time. But just making sure that you are spending time with friends and family that help keep you uplifted, and eating really healthy, using good healthy habits like exercising, drinking lots of water, that type of thing while you're going through your crow energy. Okay, so we're going to be looking at that and clarifying that, seeing how that works. So this is believe in your own magic, and here you have gray, endings are inevitable. So, once again, it's kind of like speaking to perhaps you either have had an ending or are going through an ending. And the gray card, I really like the way that this is explained, because it's kind of like, as humans, we see black and white. But there's a lot of gray. And sometimes, we can be in a relationship and we can feel that person pulling away from us, or we're pulling away from them. The connection isn't as strong. You may haven't severed the ties yet and gone your own ways, but at the same time, you know that there is distance in between you, even if you're still seeing each other or living with each other. You can feel this sometimes even in a career, or work situation where you just know the end is inevitable, but it hasn't happened yet. And the truth is that as humans, we never experience anything as black and white. It's not like, even if you end a relationship of any type, that it ends 1 minute and then the next minute you're stepping into your new relationship or your new life, or you don't, quit your job one day and then, immediately start the next one, without, having some kind of feelings of, going back and forth. And with this crow energy, I'm really being called to the fact that, you are perhaps seeing that something is coming to an end. You're in that gray period, because the crow, remember, can see past, present, and future. So you can kind of see it all. You're very intuitive. You can see the end coming. And sometimes the problem is that the end is coming, but it hasn't happened yet. Or if it did happen, you didn't get real closure on it. And so this card is just kind of indicating that sometimes we have to make our own closure. We have to go ahead and end those relationships or end that situation and find the closure within us. Sometimes things aren't black and white, cut and dry. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. So in the Sacred Traveler, you have faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. Okay, there we go, Sagittarius. You may be having some heavy energy right now, but here is Spirit coming in saying, as the crow, you know this. Like, you may be really sad. Sometimes when we have to leave a job, a career, a city, or people, we are sad for a while, right? Because it's kind of like, you may not have wanted those endings to come. It may have been, situations that were kind of out of your control or whatever. Or you may have even made the choice to leave those situations, but you're still kind of sad because there's something that you're leaving behind. But not to fear, because here you go. You have great new horizons on the path. And, it does kind of come back to this gray energy, like where you're in that void between, the past and the future. You're definitely in the present moment, but you just feel like, you're in between jobs or you're in between relationships, that gray time. And here, it's kind of like the dock. And all the boats are out there, but you're not on a boat yet, right? You're on the dock and you kind of have all your things there and you're going to get on a boat. Because you're the crow, this new horizon is going to begin. It's just like you're waiting. You're just waiting for that energy to get to you. And sometimes that, I'm really getting the sense of the Temperance card, having the patience, allowing this to happen as it needs to. A lot of times, we don't allow those things. We use our divine masculine powers to try to force things to happen. And this kind of feels like, you need to have the divine feminine, the Aquarian kind of energy to allow things to happen as they're supposed to happen. Okay, so now this is kind of the fun part. So I pulled a character card and a tool card. So this is going to kind of represent your superhero avatar, who you are, Sagittarius, down deep inside, and then your superhero weapon. So let's take a look at your character first. Oh my, you're the fairy. I really think that this is Spirit telling you that right now you are kind of manifesting whatever you want on this new horizons. Like, you haven't taken off yet. You may be still kind of thinking about what direction you want to go on, because the fairy has the little wand. And I think you get to, kind of wave your wand and have whatever you want to come true to happen. Oh, such exciting energy. And your weapon, oh my goodness, wings. Sagittarius, now look at this, because the crow has wings, right? And feathers, wings made of feathers. And then with the faraway places, like you're going, like wings, you're going to fly on the wings. Fly on the wings of love. Fly on the wings of, passion for something new, something that's inspired you. Oh, it's so nice. And, I think it really does also speak to the fact that you do have Spirit on your side. Like, your angels, your spirit guides are really guiding you. I just noticed, I've never noticed this before. It looks almost like a boat up there, doesn't it? I've never noticed that before. And it's not like on the water. It's like up in the clouds, like oh my goodness, like the boat is flying, right? And here you are. You're the crow with the wings and you're flying as a fairy. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. You are really about to start on a very nice new journey. I'm so excited for you. Okay, so let's take a closer look at what's coming, because we know we have some endings, but let's look at this. I think you really have a very lovely future. Okay, so the fairy energy, let's take a look at the oracle cards there. Okay, so you have round and round. And, you know, this really talks about, like, you may feel like, okay, I've gone through this before, you know, over and over again, just coming back and repeating the same cycles over and over again. But the cool thing about this card is that you are now at a higher level. Like, you're the crow, you're flying above all of this, and you can see the patterns, right? Like, before you were going through the patterns, but you may not have actually recognized them. Now you see them from a higher perspective, and you're understanding what those patterns and the lessons that you're supposed to have learned. And so you're not going to be repeating those patterns. You know, the other thing is that, like, in the middle of this is, you know, the third eye is kind of like highlighted there. And the crow is very intuitive. So once again, it's about listening to your intuition, listening to your spirit guides. Your higher self is going to help guide you on the journey that is in front of you. Okay, so you also got the family card. And with this card, you know, there's 4 children there. So some of you, you know, you may be wanting to start a family or finding someone to, you know, start a family with. This also, though, speaks to me about, like, siblings. You may be reconnecting with siblings or family members. I feel like this is like a reconnection type of energy. You may be reconnecting with family members, siblings, you know, even really dear, like, family friends to help you through this time. You know, you may need, right now, you may need, like, some financial help or just help in the physical sense of, like, moving or something like that. So I'm getting an energy that family or really dear friends are going to be important to you right now, and perhaps continue with you on this new journey. So here, look at what you have. Fulfillment of wishes. So, you know, this is the 9 of Cups. You're going to, you know, to me, this is kind of like the 8 of Cups, right? You're leaving behind something that may not have been awful, right? It may not have been awful, but it's just like, it's not really what I want. It's kind of gray, right? It's gray. It's kind of what I want, but not exactly what I want. And your fairy energy is saying, I'm ready to manifest what I really, really want. I'm leaving behind something that's okay. You may be even leaving behind some family members. But I'm leaving behind what's okay to really go out and get what I really want. So Sagittarius, this is a lovely energy. Very lovely. Okay, so let's look at the oracle cards that are kind of clarifying your wings energy here. Okay, so first of all, you have yin. All right, so this is the divine feminine energy, right? Of just allowing, not taking action, being intuitive, being nurturing to yourself, just allowing. That's the word that just keeps coming out. Allow this to kind of happen. You have the intuitive power. You understand why all of this is happening. There may be some people in your life that don't agree with what you're trying to do or the way that you're going. They may be saying, hey, you got a good thing here. Why are you giving that up to go, you know, find something else? But you just know in your heart that it's something that you have to do. And you're really and truly manifesting it. And here we have friends and colleagues. So yeah, Sagittarius, I think right now it is a time where, you know, you are looking at the relationships in your life. And, you know, there's some that you may be wanting to or needing to put behind you, and others that, you know, you're looking forward to. You're looking, you know, remember, you know, some things have to go in order for new things to come in. And it may be that you are allowing some people, some relationships in your life to end so that you can go and find something that really fulfills your heart's desire, because that's what this reading is about. And your final card here is positive movement forward. Your boat is coming to the dock. You're going to get in the boat. You're going to put your supplies. You have all the tools that you need in order to take this voyage and be so successful with it. You are going to fulfill your dreams. You're going to move forward, and it's a lovely, lovely energy. Okay, so let's look at the tarot and see, Spirit, what other messages? Okay, what other messages do you have for Sagittarius? Oh, nice. Anything else? Wow, they were flying. Anything else for Sagittarius? Anything else? Anything else? Okay. All right. Okay, so you may be in this gray period, the Hermit Mode. You know, that's kind of like this energy of, you know, between the past and the future. And sometimes when we're in that Hermit Mode, you know, it's kind of like this yin, just allowing, healing, giving time to everything. So you have, wow. Okay, so you have the Knight of Swords. I kind of feel like this is you. The Knight of Swords sometimes can be kind of like a harsh energy. But here I see that it's really like you. You're getting on your horse or in your boat, putting on your wings and picking up your sword, and you're ready to go after what you want. This is kind of like not... I'm not saying that it's a harsh energy at all for you. I think it's you being really focused and saying, I am going for what I want. I have to do this. It's kind of like your heart is telling you, you have to go do this. Like the time is the essence, right? Now you have this divine feminine energy of don't rush it. Okay, but at the same time, I think you know that you need to end whatever is here that's not serving you anymore, and you need to go forward. And you know, you may have had some fear around this about hurting people in the process. You know, financial, like, is this going to work out for me financially? If you're like trying to start a new job or just start a whole new lifestyle or something like that, like, you know, the fears of holding on, but you're kind of like getting intuition. Your intuition is coming in and it's kind of saying, no, this, you know, you need to follow your heart. You need to go do this because it's going to bring you so much. Where's your Knight of Swords? Getting on your horse and you're like, I've got to go find balance. So that will just resonate differently with other people because you do have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are turning in your favor, right? This ending is going to occur. Your new beginning will happen. You're turning the wheel, and you know, the actions that you are taking are actually helping you to turn that wheel. Yeah, you have the Eight of Swords here. You haven't, you know, you've felt kind of confined with whatever relationship or relationships this is, or job, or whatever situation that you are leaving. It has made you feel bound, you know, tied to it. Not very happy, right? And all she really has to do is take the blindfold off. Like, her hands in this deck are not even tied. They're in her pocket. It's kind of like you're standing there with your hands in your pocket and going, yeah, okay, yeah, this is not bad, but my heart is not singing with joy. And it's like time to go ahead, take your hands out of the pocket, take off the blindfold, pick up one of the swords, jump on your horse, and go forward, right? Because you have seen the truth. You know that this isn't really making you happy. You know that there's something better out there for you because you are full of love. And, you know, the relationship or the relationships that you may be leaving behind, they're just not emotionally fulfilling. And you are the Queen of Cups. You are looking for someone that has the emotional balance and the emotional, can share their love as much as you are wanting to share yours. And this new voyage, this new adventure, whether it's in career or a relationship, it is going to bring a lot of healing. Like this new adventure is just going to open you up to so much joy. So much, freedom. I really do. I feel like you're kind of that Eight of Swords type of energy maybe right now. Four of Pentacles. But when you get on your boat, look, you can go in any direction. There's not even a path, right? I mean, you can just float in any direction that you want to. You can go completely around the world in a boat, right? You can't even do that in a car or on land. You can only do that in a boat. So I'm so excited for you, Sagittarius, so excited. I also just noticed that in this cage, there is a bird. And I really feel like you feel a little bit like the caged bird. You feel a little bit like a caged bird, like the crow, but in a cage. And it's time to come out of the cage. It's time for you to just to shine. Just to absolutely shine. Okay, so this is what we have. This is the Creative Oracle. Introspection. Introspection is often necessary to deepen our awareness of the unity and divinity of life. And you know what? You have that all over this reading. You had the yin. You had the High Priestess, the Crow. This is all of your intuition, even the round and round, like looking at the patterns in your life, looking at the relationships in your life, going deep and understanding how they all are tying together, what part you play in the bigger spectrum of, the cosmos, of the universe, of the collective. I think some of you especially are being called to on a spiritual journey to go in, a direction that is going to help you to help others on their spiritual journey, or to opening up to this, to their divine self. Like you're discovering your divine self and you're going to help others with theirs. Okay, so this is the Love Oracle card. Okay, I'll read the back for you. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. I'm almost tearful with that, because I think that a lot of you are sitting there and just trying to figure out, can I find joy here? And yes, you can. We all can choose to be happy or joyful in our situations. But I also think that it's calling to you to listen to your heart, to follow your heart, to go in the direction that your heart and your intuition are allowing you to go, right? Because the one thing that's here that's standing out to me is you deserve to feel joyful. If you're not feeling joyful in your energy right now, things are going to help happen, are going to come across your path to allow you to move on to things that do bring you your fulfillment of wishes, your happiness, and your joy. Oh, it's so lovely. Okay, so let's get a universe message, and then we'll do an angel message to close it out. And Sagittarius, if you are enjoying this reading, I would really appreciate it if you would share, or subscribe, so that I can get my message out to more people. It really does help to get the message out. Okay, so that you have options is meaningful. Rock on. I think this is Spirit just really saying, yeah, you do have options. You may feel like you're the Eight of Swords right now and you're all tied up and blindfolded and you don't have options, but you do. Okay, so I'll read the back for you. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I'd also wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you are now, to the lives of so very many. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh, shoot. You were such a good idea, the universe. And I do feel like, if you're in this gray moment and you're kind of wondering like what you should do, and you're dwelling on the people or the situations that you're leaving behind, just know that it is true that the people that are in your life right now do matter to them, right? That you are important. It says that you are unimaginably important to everyone in your life that's in your life right now. And the only question I think you have to ask yourself is, you do have options, and to make sure that you do stay true to yourself, that you go to the new horizons that may bring you even more joy. And you may feel like you have to leave people behind, but new people will come on your path, and you never know. Like some of these people may also join you in the future. All right, so here's your angel message. Invitation. We, your guardian angels, ask you to invite us into your heart. Talk to us at any time. Share with us your fears and concerns, as well as your joys and pleasures. There is no need to be formal, for we have known you since before the dawn of time. In fact, we know you better than you know yourself, and we love you just as you are. Sagittarius, you are really getting a lot of messages here about you are loved for who you are, just as you are right now. For some of you, you may feel like you have to go do something to prove yourself. But I really think that when you go on this journey, it's maybe not really proving something to yourself or to others. It's really about just following your heart. Like knowing that this is going to open up something new in you. And understanding that, right? And being really intuitive. Like really listening to your intuition. Listening to your heart and your intuition more than maybe friends, families, colleagues that are like trying to, put their little opinions in there. Well, Sagittarius, I'm really excited for you. I know that you may be feeling, a little bit apprehensive about the future, but just know it is very nice. Your future is very nice. You do not have to worry. Like you really do have a lot of positive energy on the horizon. And I wish you lots of love and light in this situation and all your situations. Bye for now.